Hey, hi everyone, and welcome to our today's session on Microsoft 365. And appreciate you guys have taken your time on a Saturday to be joining us and learning something new in the community. And today we will be talking about Microsoft 365 benefits, important subscriptions, and plans inside the Microsoft 365. To be talking about that, we have Joshua, who is a Microsoft certified trainer who will help us better understand Microsoft 365, and he will be doing all the explanations and letting us know the importance of it. And so yeah, I'll be giving the mic to Joshua in a bit after I give you the most important things of today's session, which is there is a recording of today's session which will be available in our YouTube channel, which you can refer whenever you get time, or in case you had a issue with the joining session and you did miss any part of it, you should be able to watch the recording after an hour of completion of today's session. And secondly, there is a certificate of participation for all who stay till the end. So once you are at the end of today's session, I will be sharing a form where you can fill out your details, and basically it's a feedback form, nothing fancy. You just fill it out, and once you fill it out, you should receive your certificate of participation in the email that you have given in that form. So it depends on what is the information that you give there. It will reflect on your certificate. So be sure to be cautious about when you fill it out, and and that is it. And we are conducting this kind of webinars on Microsoft technologies, Azure 365. We'll be having a lot more in the community. If today's session interests you, if this is something you want to learn more, be sure to be joining our community so that you can participate in our upcoming sessions as well, which is of course going to be the free sessions as well. So without any more delay from my side, we can get into it, and I'm moving the mic, Joshua, to be getting started with session. Over to you.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me here today again. I'd like to say a special thank you to Suraj, most especially, and the community, Siava.dev, the Africa Azure Community Portal, and to everyone that is here, those that were around last week. I'll say thank you very much for this great opportunity actually to be able to give out the little I know, basically. I'm happy to be here again. Last week, I bored you guys with introduction to cloud computing and Microsoft 365. But boring you is in the right direction, right? To tailoring our energy into Microsoft 365, its benefits, its important, but we need to learn the basics of cloud computing so that because it's a building block for every other cloud software as a service platforms, solutions that are out there, right? And like I said last week, I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, so definitely I'll be very, very biased here. I'm very, very biased here. That's why I'll be showing you everything I know about Microsoft 365 as we proceed. Yeah. So on today's agenda, today's session, we would be looking at what Microsoft 365 benefits are, importance of Microsoft 365, and then the different subscriptions and plans available for Microsoft 365. I believe we spoke about a little of Microsoft 365 benefits and importance last week, where we spoke about the rich organizational insights, the intelligence aspect, the availability aspect, and the security aspect, right? So we would look at other benefits and importance today, and then this would kind of be like yeah, although your mics are not on, right? But it's kind of be like an interactive session so that like we're talking to each other and then trying to understand the concept of Microsoft 365 benefits, importance, subscriptions, and then the plan. So I'll be presenting my screen now. Yes. So can you confirm that you can see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So once again, you're welcome to today's session. I would like to say this, right? The PowerPoint would be made available at the end of the session. I believe Suraj would make that, and the community will make that available. So I would like you guys to just listen. You don't need to jot anything. Everything I'll be saying, I would add them to the notes, and then they'll be made available. Right. So just listen and let's just pay rapt attention to whatever we'll be looking at today, so that we can get the nitty-gritty of what we would be talking about today. All right. So we would be looking at uncovering the power of Microsoft 365. You might be wondering, what are we uncovering, right? It's from the benefits, the importance, and then from the subscriptions and plans that really makes Microsoft 365 really, really powerful and different from other cloud services providers and software as a service that are out there. So the agenda for today would be the importance of Microsoft 365, empowering modern workspace. So for modern workspace, it's actually the ability to work effectively, efficiently, whether physically or remotely, using some the Microsoft 365 productivity tools. Yeah. And then we would also be looking at the Microsoft 365 benefits for businesses. There is yeah, okay. And then and we'll also speak about the productivity and security aspect. Yeah. And then the third one would be the Microsoft 365 subscriptions and plans, where we would uncover uncover the added value for each plans or each plans offers. Yes. So basically, for efficiency and in every businesses, efficiency is very, very important, right? And then the ability for you to actually create, collaborate, and then communicate seamlessly actually makes an organization more effective. Seamless communication, the ability to collaborate without any hassle, and then the ability for you to show your creativity actually makes an organization effective, right? So
Hi everyone. I think Joshua is maybe facing some electricity issue. Let's give him 5 minutes so that he'll come back and we can resume as a you know as where we left off. So let's give him a 5 minutes to be. Yeah, I hope I'm audible. At least that is working. But let's see if I will see if he'll joining soon. Uh, Back to us, and we can resume.
Hello?
Yes, Joshua, you're back.
Okay, apologies for that. I think my network. All right. So okay, thank you. I was saying having okay, let me go again. So I mentioned earlier that efficiency is very, very important for any business, whether it's a small scale business, it's a large scale business or an enterprise business or a medium scale business. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Whether it's a medium scale business, whether it's a family business, whether it's a government business, efficiency is very, very important. So the ability for us to be able to showcase our creativity and then collaborate on the job, whether whether we are together an office space physically, or we are all working remotely in any part of the world, and then we are able to communicate seamlessly without any issue, without any hassle, right? That's what actually makes an organization very, very effective. So having access to productivity tools that enables people to do their job easily, right, without any hindrance, and then from anywhere at any time, makes organization agile, right? We are past the era of waterfall. We have to do one. Um, we have to complete a task first before we move to the next task. No, so having productivity tools such as the Microsoft 365 suite actually makes an organization agile, yes, and then makes an organization very, very effective, and then gives the organization a competing edge in whatever sector they are in. So these are the agendas for today, and then we would not really waste time on this. So like I said, I would like us to 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 um to listen attentively. I would provide the slide actually. So you might just be seeing pictures, right? So that I want you guys to listen so that you can hear what I'm saying, and then we can have an in-depth knowledge of what Microsoft 365 really entails. So the next is Microsoft 365 itself. So Microsoft 365 has the following importance. Microsoft 365 importance. Microsoft 365 has a lot of importance to our day-to-day life, day-to-day activities. Um, Down to the family level, down to the educational level, down to the government level, down to different business levels, down to the health sector, down to the transportation sector, down to every sector. Presently, I don't know if you guys are aware, Microsoft completed a challenge, an AI challenge recently. So even AI, Microsoft is there, right? Microsoft is there. You can use the AI to predict a lot of things. So Microsoft 365 is very, very, very important in every sphere of life, basically. So Microsoft 365 is important and has numerous benefits to our day-to-day endeavors. Microsoft 365 provide tools, like we looked at some of the tools last week, Teams for communication, for collaboration. We looked at SharePoint for collaboration, and then for an organizational or organizations intranet for communication also. And then we looked at Sway for presentation, just like PowerPoint. We looked at other suites. We looked at Viva. We looked at Power Automate, Power Apps, and the likes. So Microsoft 365 provides all these tools, right, that enables businesses to be able to be productive and then to communicate effectively, regardless of regardless of the location, regardless of the time. So some of the businesses, some of the importance basically of Microsoft 365, I would say are to, like I've mentioned, to the small, medium, and large or enterprise scale businesses. Yeah, whether it's a 0 to 1 to 10 to 50 man business, whether it's 100 to 1,000 man business, whether it's 10,000 and above type of businesses, right? And then to the educational sectors also, Microsoft actually provides these tools so that you can achieve better learning outcomes for your students, for your lecturers or your teachers, and then it helps transform the classroom time and whatever teaching aid, teaching ability, basically. And then for the health sector, Microsoft 365 is very, very much in there also. And then we also have the frontline workers. Yeah, you have an organization where you have frontline workers that interfaces with maybe customers or are in the field, maybe in a farming environment, maybe in an oil and gas environment, maybe in a marketing environment, everywhere. Yeah, Microsoft 365 is there. Also in the government sector, Microsoft 365 is very, very important to them also. And then to the non-profit, we've or everything I've been talking about is the profit, the profit aspect of the business. So we also have a non-profit, like the non-governmental organizations, right? Microsoft 365 also have something in that regard. So I would say everywhere, every sphere of life, Microsoft 365 is available, and then it's of utmost important, or importance rather. Then for the family also, you have Microsoft 365 that you for your family. Which is the email actually to be productive with your kids, your family, and then you can you are productive and then you are efficient using the Microsoft 365.
Uh, Sorry to stop you, Joshua. I think you're on mute, and I there was a glitch in the video where we are not able to hear you. Joshua, if you're talking, you're on mute.
Okay, apologies. I needed to change my network. Of found out that it's kind of breaking. I hope you guys can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so Microsoft 365 includes all the amenities that are necessary for efficient productivity, and then and um, yeah, efficiency, productivity, such as emails, um, then Excel, Word, PowerPoint, and all the collaborative tools that are available, OneDrive, SharePoint, and other planner, project, everything you can think of, right? And then on all platforms, either mobile, desktop, laptop, web, tabs, anything. You can use different devices also, handheld devices also. And then Microsoft 365 also provides a cutting edge security. I told you guys last week that except maybe you are social engineered, right? It's very, very difficult for your account to be broken into. If you follow the rules and regulations laid down by Microsoft, right? Like having a multi-factor authentication setup, you have modern authentication, yeah, they're together set up. You don't share your password with other persons. You don't write it down maybe in a book in your office, and then you follow the rules and regulations. You don't just go to any site and register your company email addresses. You follow the rules and regulations. There are cutting edge security measures put in place to prevent unauthorized access to authorized resources. Yeah, so all those are made available. So looking at more benefits of Microsoft 365, you have the premium versions of the Microsoft suites, such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. So one thing you should know is Microsoft 365 is a software as a service, right? Updates and patches are made available every now and then. These are released every now and then. So all you need to do, new security features are also released every now and then. All you need to do is ensure you are connected um, to the internet, and then your desktop applications, that if you are using a subscription or a plan that provides that, are up to date. But however, if you are using just the web-based version, everything is up and running at any time, anywhere. These these tools, these premium versions of Office tools are available to you with the latest features, security features, patches, um, um, processing features. New features are being added every day, right? Just to ensure that um, we are efficiently working in our respective organizations. And then subscribing to any of these Microsoft 365 plans would also give you access to personal storage, 1 terabyte of OneDrive storage, actually cloud storage, where you can store, like I mentioned last week, that OneDrive is personal to an individual, right? While SharePoint is like a corporate and organizational um, storage facility. If you look at it from the storage side, however, it's much more than that, right? So Microsoft 365, any of the Microsoft 365 plans also gives you 1 terabyte of OneDrive cloud storage, where you can store your, basically for your business, right? You can store your your everything that is needed for your business, your documents, if you need to work with videos, if you need to work with anything, yeah, 1 terabyte is also made available for you. And if you need more than that, you can request, and then you can buy more plans, and that will be made available to you. And then because of this 1 terabyte of storage, cloud storage, you can access any of your files, any of your documents, anything you need that that is in that OneDrive 1 terabyte storage anywhere at any time with any device, right? And then you can also share your subscription. An advantage or one of the benefits of Microsoft 365 is that you can also share your subscription with up to 5 persons, depending on the plan you have, especially the family plan. You can share it with up to 5 members of your family. And then another great opportunity or another great benefit of Microsoft 365 is that Microsoft gives you a 30 days free trial period where you need to where yeah you what the idea behind this is that for you to be convinced that Microsoft 365 offers this benefit, Microsoft 365 gives you and your organization the ability to thrive under any circumstance, any condition, and then it places you at the apex of your sector. It gives you a competitive edge, right? They give you this 30-day free trial period so that you can try the product out, you can try the services out, and then if after that 30 days you are still not satisfied, right? Microsoft, you can reach out to support, and then Microsoft can help you extend it with additional 30 days. Then at least you have 60 days, 2 months to be able to try out this product, and then within that time you should be convinced that, yeah, Microsoft 365 actually gives the best productivity tools and solutions out there. And then I spoke about the security, the cutting edge security aspect, and then Microsoft 365 also provides what we call an expanded technical support. Let me tell you this. During the COVID-19 period, right? Microsoft was the only organization that provided 24-hour support. I can beat my chest and say that anywhere, right? Because I worked with some of the best minds during that time. Most of the engineers at that time were working remotely. Microsoft provided a 24-hour, 7 days expanded support of all forms at all categories to its customers. I remember at the time I worked with someone, yeah, that was in 2020. I worked with someone where the person had issues with I think her domain, yeah, and then we worked together, and she was like, okay, yeah, Josh, you're good. Do you by any chance have idea about Oracle? I was like, no, I'm just a Microsoft guy. And she was like, oh, okay, I'm glad that you guys provide 24-hour support. However, some of these other companies provide maybe 4 hours or 1 hour, 4 hours support daily. And yeah, so yes, Microsoft provides an expanded technical support 24 hours, 7 days a week. At any time of the day you call in to Microsoft, you reach out to Microsoft for support. Microsoft, you would always have an engineer, a senior engineer, a senior escalation engineer available at that time. I can also tell you that I've worked almost all the time zones from NUAM, which is North America, to EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa, even to APAC region, the upper Pacific regions like Australia, New Zealand, and the likes. Yeah. So at any time of the day, you have people available to always assist you with any of your issues. And I've also spoken about the frequent updates and upgrades that are available, which are not available anywhere else, right? They're not available anywhere else. However, for Microsoft 365, there are frequent updates and upgrades. Then you can have access, I've spoken about that, also have access to your files anywhere at any time. Your cloud storages are secure, and then you have improved communications, right? So for the improved communications, you notice that Microsoft Teams, some of you that have been using Microsoft Teams, you'll notice that Microsoft Teams have actually improved drastically. Sometimes you might be making presentations, or you might be in the meeting, and then there are features actually put in place into Microsoft Teams that allows it to filter out noise, and the other person at the other end doesn't really get to hear some of the background noise around you and the likes. And then you can, at any time, you can do video conference calls, you can make calls, the minutes are improved, the call quality are improved, and then you can even port your phone numbers to Microsoft Teams, PSTN, direct routing. You can do all those, right? Depending on what you want and what your organization wants, you can do that. So Microsoft is bringing your regular communication, your day-to-day communication, down to Microsoft 365, just to ensure that they are giving you this feel at home sense of belonging while using the Microsoft 365 tools. And then you can You can, I've spoken about the pay as you go. You only pay for what you use, and then at the time you use it. And then business continuity, I just spoke about it. Microsoft ensured that their services, their products, their solutions were up and running even during the COVID-19 period, and then their support was also available 24 hours, right? That's business continuity during BCP. And then centralized collaboration, you have all those in place, like using SharePoint, using shared mailboxes, and then you can share documents. You can work on documents with other persons, the same document with other persons, and then and the likes, anywhere at any time. So talking about, we spent a little time talking about the benefit and importance of Microsoft 365. So next is the plans and subscription. This is where we would spend more time, so that you can really understand that Microsoft really have everybody at heart, right? So Microsoft 365 plans, as you can see on the screen, and subscriptions, basically plans allows users to purchase. I'll try to explain this in a layman's language, right? My plans, as the name implies, and then Microsoft 365 plans, as the name implies, actually allows you and I, to be able to purchase Microsoft 365 products and services, and then pay for it over time, depending on the kind or type of payment method, payment frequency we are going to choose, right? Which we will talk about later on during this session. Yes, so the plans allows users like you and I to purchase a product, Microsoft 365 product or Microsoft product, and then pay for it over time. And then for the Microsoft 365 subscription, right? Or subscription plans, what Microsoft really is aiming at here is um, Microsoft is aiming at different needs. Microsoft is looking at the different needs in the market. By different needs, I mean the small scale, the medium scale, the large scale, the health sector, the transportation sector, the education sector, the non-profit sector, the government sector. Microsoft looked at all these and then provided subscription or subscription plans for each of these market or each of this sector or market segment, right? With different features and services that are available. So if you are going for, let's say, the small scale plan and then just for the web, yeah, you have different features. So because it's just for the web, you can't have a desktop or you can't have a desktop version of the Office apps, right? Things like that. And then what you should know is, so yes, students can also afford this. So basically, what Microsoft does is to offer these solutions to a school, and then the school provides it to all their students. Yeah. So basically, what you do is you subscribe to a plan. Do you get it? Do you guys get it? That's why I had to explain what a plan is and then what a subscription is. So as a user, you subscribe to a plan. The subscription provides or aims at different market segments, providing different features at different price points, right? And then you buy these products and pay for it over a time, which is the plan. So you subscribe to a plan. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So the next is we would be looking at so before I go on, last week we spoke about Office 365 and Microsoft 365, and the reason why Microsoft moved away from Office 365 to Microsoft 365. However, there are, there, there, there are still some Office 365 products that are available, even as Microsoft has moved away from Office 365 and they are now Microsoft 365. There are still Office 365 products that are available. So we would be looking at some of them here. We have the Office 365 E1. These are enterprise plans actually. So you see E1, E3, E5, they are enterprise plans. Yeah, you have the Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise, and then this is actually the enterprise edition of Microsoft 365 apps plus cloud-based file storage and business sharing. And then you have the enterprise E1 Office 365, and then which is kind of the lowest among all the Office 365 enterprise plans. And then the next in line is the Office 365 E3, which contains everything in E1 with additional features, right? That's plus security and compliance. And then the highest is the Office 365 E3 that contains everything in E1, in E3, plus other features such as advanced security, analytics, and voice capabilities, right? So these are the Office 365 plans that are still available, even though Microsoft has rebranded into Microsoft 365 from Office 365, but we still have these available because these are, like I said, these are enterprise plans, and a lot of enterprise organizations from I think enterprise, for you to qualify for an enterprise organization, you must have at least more than 250 licenses, yeah, I guess, and above. So there are organizations, large organizations that are still using this. So that's why Microsoft still made it available to the public to use. Okay, the next is the Microsoft 365 plans. Yeah, so we have the home plan, which is the family plan. We also have the business plan, which is for both all business sectors, small, medium, and large scale. And then we have the enterprise plan, which is also a business plan, however, for large, or I would say large and larger scale businesses. So for the home plan, we have what we call the Microsoft 365 family. We also have the Microsoft 365 personal. Yeah. And for the home plan, we have powerful productivity apps here, there actually, that are included in the home plan. And then for both individuals, which is for the individual one, we have the let me use my mouse. So here, as you can see, we have the family plan. This is for Microsoft 365 personal for individuals, and then we have the family plan or Microsoft 365 family for an entire family. And then for the business, we also have, like I've mentioned, and I'm still mentioning, we have productivity solutions for small, medium, and large scale businesses. And then for the enterprise businesses also, as you can see here, enterprise and then for business. So this is kind of for like a small scale. So you have the Microsoft 365 apps for business, you have the Microsoft 365 business basic, you have Microsoft 365 business standard, and then you have the Microsoft 365 business premium. So these are different plans, right? Different business plans. These are different home plans here, and then these are different enterprise plans here. Please do not forget what I said earlier about the plans that allows you buy a product, and then subscription that provides different solutions, different services based on the market need. Okay, so the next is the Microsoft 365 personal and business. So we will talk about the billing frequency later on, but let me just quickly say something about this, right? You can pay yearly, you can pay monthly. So these are the billing frequencies. You can do that, but yeah, we'll talk about it later. So, but there's a difference between the personal and then the family plans. Like I said earlier, personal is for individuals and then family is for the entire family, right? So for personal, this is best for family rather. This is best suited for 2 to 6 persons, a standard nuclear family basically, and then you can pay for a year at, let's say, approximately $100 per year. So you can just get a one family plan and then you can share it with 1 to 6 persons, and then each person can use it on up to 5 devices simultaneously. By 5 devices simultaneously means that you can use the same subscription on your mobile phone, you can use it on your tab, you can use it on your desktop, you can use it on your laptop, you can use it on 5 different devices. And then it works on PCs, on MacBooks, on iPhones, on iPads, on Android phones, on tablets. It can work on virtually all um, devices. And then for the family plan, you have up to 6 TB of cloud storage. So 1 TB for each person. Remember when I was talking about the benefit and importance, I spoke about having 1 TB OneDrive cloud storage, right? But since this is available to 1 to 6 persons, you have up to 6 TB. That is a lot. That is a lot actually. Yeah. So depending on the how your files, how your files are large, how you work on files regularly, and how large they are, you might not be able to finish this, depending on the organization and then yeah, what you guys use this basically for in the family. And then you have additional safety features in the family safety mobile app. Then for individual, right, it's just for one person. And then you can, yes, use it on 5 devices simultaneously. By simultaneous, I mean, or it means that while you are having it on your phone, yeah, you can be doing something on your phone. You can also be doing something on your tab. You can also be doing something on your laptop. You can also be doing something on your desktop at the same time. So you have it on those devices simultaneously, and then you are using them simultaneously. And then you have 1 TB of cloud storage. Yeah. So I've been seeing hellos, guys. I'd like us to concentrate, like I said earlier. So the next, what we're going to discuss next is the Microsoft 365 business plans, right? Sorry, I have a little cough. So the Microsoft 365 business plans, right? We have them all here, basically. These are the business plans from small scale to medium scale, even to large scale. You can still use this for large scale, like the Microsoft 365 Business Premium. However, for the large scale, Microsoft offers the enterprise also depending on your needs, right? So you can use any of these. So for the Microsoft 365 Business Basic, this is only available on the web, right? The office suites are only available on the web. You can't have a desktop version for this at all. You can't have a desktop version for this. You can only use it on the web. You can use any browser. You can use as long as you're connected to the internet. Like you saw earlier, you can use it on MacBook. You can use it on any platform, Windows and even Linux. Yeah. Yes, you should be able to use it on Linux. Yes. Yes, on the web. I use it on the web on the Linux. Yeah, on Linux. Yeah. I think I use it on my Linux. Yeah. So you have all the office suites. It's not too clear, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you are seeing this, but yeah, you can see, and then you have different price range. This price range is per user, right? Per user per month. $6 for one user, for a month. And then you can decide to pay on a yearly basis, which we would also look at. Then for the Microsoft 365 Business Standard, right? Let me choose something. For the Microsoft 365 Business Standard, right? Let me okay. Let me speak more on Microsoft 365 Business Basic. Yeah, so like I said, these are all available on the web, right? They're calling features, that's for Teams, the meeting features also for Teams, SharePoint, OneDrive, appointment, bookings, planner management tools, project management tools such as forms, lists, planner, everything are available on the web. And then for the Microsoft 365 Business Standard contains everything that is available in Microsoft 365 Business Basic. However, Business Standard allows you to be able to install the Office suite, the Office apps on your desktop. Office desktop apps such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook also on your desktop. And then you also have the ability, Microsoft 365 Business Standard also gives you the ability to be able to work offline. Yes, it allows you to also work offline, and then you can then upload changes whenever you are connected to the internet, right? And then it also provides tools for creating marketing materials, which is available in Microsoft Publisher. And then Microsoft 365 also gives you the hosting capabilities for webinars and large meetings, just like the one we have here using Microsoft Teams. And then you have databases and then data visualizations with Microsoft Access. And then you can also, in addition, you can also access it on the web. Then Microsoft 365 Business Premium, which is the highest, right, for the business plans. It contains everything in Microsoft 365 Business Standard. Remember, Microsoft 365 Business Standard contains everything in Microsoft 365 Basic. So Business Standard is equal to, let's do the mathematics together. I'll say, sorry, Business Premium. Business Premium is equal to Business Basic plus Business Standard plus miscellaneous, basically. So what are those miscellaneous features? We have device management. We have the ability to remotely wipe a lost or stolen devices, and then yes, and then it also has Microsoft Business Premium. Microsoft 365 Business Premium also contains advanced security tools and features, and then you have controlled access to organizations or companies' data, and then you have a cyber threat protection. You would see all these in later sessions, either with me or with someone else, where you would explore Microsoft 365 security tools and aspects, right? So yeah. Then Microsoft 365 apps for business. Sorry, I'm looking for. I want to take this off so I can see. So Microsoft 365 business app for business rather is basically a plan that allows you to use just the desktop applications. So you might say, okay, I have my email hosted somewhere, right, with a different email provider. So I don't need the other features. I only want the Office suite. I have my security features somewhere. I have every other thing somewhere. I host my files somewhere, maybe with Dropbox and other storage providers. And I just want to use the application. I want to use Word for word processing. I want to use Excel for anything calculation. I want to use Outlook. Yes, so I can add those emails that are hosted by a different email provider. I want to add them to Outlook, and then I want to use PowerPoint for presentation. I want to use OneDrive. That's if I like, yeah. And then I want to use Publisher for marketing, and then Access for databases, right? So what Microsoft 365 Apps for Business does is it gives you only the desktop versions of the Office suite, and then it excludes chats, meetings, and calling. It also and then gives you the standard security basically, and then anytime you can reach out for either a phone or an email support basically. So I hope you guys got this. Yeah, can you give a thumbs up, an okay, a yes, or something? All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much. So, and then they all have different price ranges. So this is, thank you guys, thank you. This for the Microsoft 365 Business Standard, it's $12.5 dollars. Yeah, thank you. $12.5 per user per month, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. So we have the Microsoft 365. Thank you. Microsoft 365 enterprise plans. Remember, let me go back. So remember here, I spoke about the available. Thank you. I spoke about the available Office 365 plans, right? We spoke about the enterprise plans that are available, E1, E3, and E5. And because Microsoft has moved to Microsoft from Office 365 to Microsoft 365, right? So we still have what we call the Microsoft 365 E3, F3, and E3, E5, and F3. So these are higher plans actually, way higher than even the Office 365 E1, E3, and E5. So for the Microsoft 365 E3, right, what you get is, number one, the price is $36 per user per month, right? And then what you also get is you get a lot of productivity applications, core security features, you have compliance capabilities for your enterprise business. And then for E5, you have what is contained in E3 plus voice and analytical capabilities for your enterprise. So E5 is higher than E3. And then for F3, yeah, this is basically for enterprise organizations that have frontline workers. I explained earlier. I don't know if that explanation is well. Okay, I'll give the explanation again. You have frontline workers, maybe those in your marketing department that are interfacing with clients, right? Business developers, or you have frontline workers that are offshore, in oil rigs. You have frontline workers that are interfacing with students. Just think of a scenario where you have frontline workers. So this where F3 comes in. You can interact with your frontline workers seamlessly and then keep the job going on. There's high productivity, there is efficiency, there is smooth collaboration, there is smooth communication, there is everything is just seamless, and it kind of makes the job interesting. I'm telling you, when you begin to explore these plans, when you begin to explore Microsoft 365 like in depth, you sometimes you might be using these tools and then you just be smiling. It makes the work very, very interesting. It kind of gives this happy feeling that I don't know, I can't really explain, but yeah. So that's what actually Microsoft 365 can give to you. And then we have the frontline plans. I've spoken about the F3 earlier. Yeah, we have it here, but we also have F1, which is kind of lower, and then F3 is the highest for frontline plans. Even we still have another available plan from the Office 365 era, which is the Office 365 F3. However, Microsoft 365 F3 is higher than this one, than the Office 365 F3. So for F1, it actually helps protect your data, your organization, and then equips your frontline workforce with powerful communication tools like Teams, collaboration tools. I mentioned last week that these services are interrelated. You can have a planner, you can use planner to create your task, plan your task, and then you get emails when the deadlines are approaching. If you assign a task to someone, the person gets an email. It's related, or yeah, it kind of works with Exchange, your emails, right? Then for Teams, you create a team in Teams. It creates a group in Microsoft 365 portal. It creates a SharePoint site. Sometimes I based on my assessment of individuals, of organization, if I see that SharePoint Online can be very, very complicated for them to use, so sometimes I teach them how to actually leverage the powerful capability of Microsoft Teams. You structure your folders, your data structures, everything. You have them structured in Microsoft Teams, which in turn is replicated in SharePoint. So you don't even need to go to SharePoint to do anything. The permission levels, you can set them. But if you want granular permission levels, then you have to go to SharePoint to say, okay, in this folder, I want the CEO to be able to see all the files in this folder. However, I want the project manager to be able to see only one particular file in this folder. I don't want every other frontline workers to be able to see anything in this folder. You can go to that level of granularity to set permissions in SharePoint. So these tools are powerful tools like that you can use to do great things actually. So with your frontline workers, with your organization, whether they are large or medium or small scale businesses. Yeah, and then for the F3, yeah, you have it gives your frontline powerful and intuitive tool to deliver a connected and secure experience. This is when you experience these guys, you know, I think you get that feeling, that goosebump feeling. Yeah. And then F3 also helps transform your business processes with customized apps and workflow. That's where Power Apps comes into play, and then you don't need to have a programming experience to use Power Apps to create low or no code apps for your organizations. And then you use Power Automate for automation. I gave an example last week where you can, for every organization, for every employee in an organization, right? You can have um, the employee details set up in the organization, and then on their birthdays, you can automatically send emails to them. You can also set up workflows to automatically read your emails on your behalf. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with Power Automate, and then you can safeguard company assets with intelligent security. I spoke a little about the intelligent security aspect with Outlook last time. Yeah, we have other ones for other services also. And then for the Office 365 F3, which is from the Office 365 era, you have all these available connected experience, safekeeping of your data, and then the apps are also, you also get the apps on your mobile phones and the likes on your desktop PCs basically. And then the next we would be talking about is the frontline apps. Just to tell you or to show you more about what we have here. sorry, what we have here is this thing. What we have here. So we have F1, F3, and Office 365 F3, just to show you the apps that are available. That's why I had to have this slide. You see all the apps that are available for Office Microsoft 365 F1. Then the highest among them, which is Microsoft 365 F3, has more apps. As you can see, everything here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rows, right? You have them here, 1, 4. This is Office 365 O F3, M F3, M F1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. You have them here, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. The fourth row from MF1 ends here. Then in addition, Office 365 F3 has Outlook, Sway, just like PowerPoint, Visio, creating of flows, diagrams, Power Apps, Automate, Forms, To Do. This is for to organize your daily, just to have a to-do list, and then Access for database, marketing for Publisher for marketing, and then MF3, Microsoft 365 F3 has more, right? Where it stops here at Publisher, Microsoft 365 F3 has Power Virtual Agent, and then also has Windows, right? So these are the apps available to this to our frontline organization that operates frontline. So for the Microsoft 365 education plans, right? We have 3 of them also at different levels. So depending on how large the education, the school can be, maybe just a nursery, or a primary school, or a secondary school, or a college, a polytechnic, a university, like that, depending on the need, right? So you get this. So for A1 is lowest among them. What you do is you get a simple one-time per user learning solution for modern workloads. Yeah, you have that. Let me see. Yeah, you have that available, and then you also have um, a lot of things actually for available for the educational sector, even for the A1, A3, and A5, right? Let me see if I have. So for A1, yeah, you have free version. You have the free online version of Office, which includes everything you expect from Office plus Microsoft Teams. Yeah. And then for the A3, you have access to Office desktop applications, including Microsoft Teams, and then robust management. And then for the A5, all the Office desktop applications, including Microsoft Teams, security, compliance, and analytics. All these are available to the Microsoft 365 education plans. So A3, yeah, and A5. So this is just like a brief about this, actually, just a brief about it. So just so you know, you have A1, A3, and A5, and then the right solution for your institution that needs all of A1 plus features that includes desktop, like I explained, and then security and analytics, then you go for A3. Yeah, and then if you need more than that, I think most universities actually use A5. So if you need more than that, you go for Microsoft 365 A5 that contains everything in A1 and A3 plus streamlined licensing, security, management tools, and even much more. So like I said earlier, Microsoft is available to all sectors, and then they make life very, very easy for us. So for the government plans, even in the government, Microsoft 365 is made available. For the government plans, we still have the Office 365 G1, government G1, government G3, and government G5, right? So we have all these available. We also have the Microsoft 365 Gs. They are also actually called the GCC tenants, actually. So for the government, or you, if your organization works with the government, most of the time you will need to get a government tenant because of high level of security and the kind of resources, the kind of business deals you carry out or you do with them. So you need to look we need to get this, because without this, especially in the US, you can't really do some kind of deals with the government. And then you also have GCC High, right? Microsoft 365 GCC High, which is kind of a deployment of Office 365 in the US federal government. Like I'm making reference to the US because in the US you cannot have the states and the federal government, right? And then some of these plans are available at all levels, even federal, the state, the local, the tribal, the territorial government. All these plans are made available. That's why I said to the grassroots. Basically, Microsoft 365 is made available for everybody. And then you also have the Department of Defense. Yeah, we also have Microsoft 365 for them. Microsoft has all those for them. In AI, like I said earlier, you have Microsoft. In school, in research, you have Microsoft 365, all available they're available in different plans, and then you can subscribe to them. Yeah. So I hope I'm not boring you guys. Okay. So next is just to tell you about the Microsoft 365 government plans. We also have, thank you, Daniel. We also have the Microsoft 365 G3 and then G5. Here, previously I showed you that we have the Office 365 G3, G1, G3, and G5, right? These are still Office 365. Thank you, Mugendi. Thank you, SO. Sorry, let me see. SO is Steven Omatule. Yeah, thank you, Steven. So we also have same for the Microsoft 365. Like I said, Microsoft has rebranded to Microsoft 365. So we have the Microsoft 365 G3 and then G5. So for the G3, let me quickly say a couple of things here, right? Let me say this. For the G3, you have the Microsoft 365 apps, you have emails available, you partially have, you have calendar and emails, but for voice, video, and meetings, you partially have them available in the Microsoft 365 G3, government G3, and then but you have intranet and storage, which is SharePoint. Then for threat protection, it's kind of partially available, but not to its fullest capacity. But for cloud access security broker, you don't have that available for the G3 plan. Then for device and app management, you have it's fully available for identity and access management, which is IAM. It's partially available for Microsoft 365 G3. And then advanced compliance is not available for G3. Analytics is partially available. Information protection is partially available. However, for the G5, everything is available. No, not partially, fully available. So as you can see here, you can see that this mark is kind of faint, not as thick as this. So it means partially available, not available at all. But for G5, everything is made available. Okay, so we have for the non-profits also, we have the Microsoft 365 Business Basic for non-profit. And without explaining anything here, you should by now be able to tell a 5-year-old that what Business Basic actually entails or contains. So it's just basically the Microsoft 365 suites or services and solutions made available only on the web. You do not have a desktop access. You don't have the ability to 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 have desktop application, and this is kind of free. This is basically free to up to 300 users. So you might say, oh, this is free, I need this, I would like to get this. There are certain criteria you need to fulfill for you to be able to get this. For it, you have to be registered as a non-profit organization. For everything I've spoken about, both for the government, right? You can't just say you're an individual, you want to have a GCC tenant. No, there are certain fulfillment criteria you need to fulfill, right? There are certain criteria you need to fulfill to be able to get this. For government, for school, your school needs to be registered. You need to have a domain. There are other criteria too. When you want to register, get a school subscription or a plan, you need to reach out to Microsoft. They'll give you the list of things, criteria you need to fulfill. Same thing for government, same thing for non-profit, right? You don't just go and get all these, especially seeing that this is free. Yes, Raj. Oh, I've spoken a lot. I'm almost done. Yeah, it should be done in a minute from now. So you need to be aware of all these. So the ones that you really do not need to fulfill any criteria is what's the name, the business plans, and then the what's the name, the enterprise plans. Yeah, even for the enterprise plan, for you might have an enterprise plan. However, for your tenant, for your Office 365 tenant, or by tenant, I mean when you open an Office 365 for your organization, it's called a tenant, right? For it to be tagged as an enterprise, Microsoft has to go through your tenant and see that yes, you meet the criteria. However, you can get the enterprise plans without you meeting the criteria. But for Microsoft to tag it on their own end, they will have to check through and then tag it by themselves without reaching out to you. So that's that about the non-profit. And then for next, we'll talk about the Microsoft 365 billing frequency, which I promised I was going to talk about earlier. So what it means is, after all said and done, there is a rate at which Microsoft 365 subscription is being charged. We have talked about the plans, we have talked about the subscription, we've spoken about it extensively and the benefits, the importance. However, after saying all those, after talking for over an hour, right, there is a rate at which Microsoft 365 subscriptions and plans are being charged or billed during the payment or billing cycle, right? So to provide you with the greatest amount of flexibility, different payment options are available based on your need, and just to provide flexibility, just not to put a burden on you. Microsoft provided this flexibility for you to be able to pay, and then we have different payment options. So Microsoft 365 Business Basic, Microsoft 365 Apps for Business, Microsoft 365 Business Standard, Microsoft 365 Business Premium are all available for both monthly commitment payment and then annual commitment payment. I'll talk about that in a few seconds. These are actually the Microsoft 365 billing cycle, right? We have 3 of them. We have the monthly commitment payment, we have the annual commitment monthly payment, then we have the annual commitment annual payment. So what does it mean? For annual commitment, for monthly commitment payment, it means that you pay for the plan, you pay for that subscription on a monthly basis, and then you can cancel at any time. So for example, you buy the Microsoft 365 Business Standard plan, right? You subscribe to it, and then you have used it for 10 days, you've paid for the month, you used it for 10 days, and then you cancel it, that you are not enjoying it, you want something higher, you want to go for business premium, right? When you cancel it, Microsoft automatically prorates what you've used and then refund you the balance. It's as simple as that. You can cancel at any time. So if you have used it for 29 days and you cancel it, Microsoft will prorate it and then give you thank you, Stephen. Then Microsoft pay you the remaining 1 day, prorate it and pay you back. Then for the annual commitment monthly pay, because it's annual commitment, it means you want to pay annually, right? So instead of paying monthly, which is kind of expensive, right? If you calculate $12.5 times 12, that should give you around $144, $145, $146. If I'm correct, my mathematics serves me right, yeah, yearly. However, if you are subscribing to an annual commitment monthly pay, there's a discount because you are subscribing to that plan annually. There's a discount. However, Microsoft still allows you to pay on a monthly basis. You get a discount and then you also pay on a monthly basis, which is a win-win for you, right? And then you say, okay, I don't want to be bothered about payment for the next 1 year. I want to pay once and for all. That's where the annual commitment and annual payment comes in, right? So you subscribe annually, and then you pay annually. So you don't need to think about your payment until after 1 year. And then one thing is, even when your subscription expires, right, Microsoft still gives you a benefit of doubt, still allows some of those services to be running, thinking that there is this school of thought that Microsoft will say, okay, maybe this person has forgotten that, or is not aware that his subscription has expired, or is finding it difficult to pay, or having some challenges to pay. The bank is having some challenges charging him or debiting him, right? Microsoft gives you some time to be able to use your product without any disruption, right? Until you're able to pay. But however, after a while, some of the services get disabled gradually until they are totally disabled. Yeah. So for the Microsoft 365 Enterprise and then Office 365 Enterprise plans, including the standalone plans such as Exchange Online and then Microsoft 365 apps for business, right? They are available basically on the annual commitment pay, either the annual commitment monthly pay or annual commitment annual payment. So I would like to show you something quickly, which is the last thing. Let me see if I can quickly get that. Just a quick way of how to get to select the best plan for your organization. That's the last thing, promise. That's the last thing I'm going to show you, and then we are done for today. I'm really sorry for taking your time. Yeah, so just bear with me 1 second. 1 second, 1 second on my YouTube channel. Microsoft 365. Okay, promise I'm done. So let me see how to, yes, this is it. I'll share my screen now. I'll just show you quickly how to do that. So in Microsoft, we always tell people to minimize all confidential information and other things, right? So I would be doing same here on my end. I'll be hiding my desktop. I'll be minimizing every other thing so that yep. So I'll do this. Okay. So let me share my screen quickly. So you can see my screen, right? Can you see the blue background? Is that what you can see? Or can you see something else? Suraj?
Yes.
can you see the blue background, or what can you see, please?
I can see the blue background.
Okay, thank you. So I have my browser opened here. So this is the URL to that. So let me quickly okay, I'll do that later. I would so www.microsoft.com/en, which is English, /Microsoft-365/business/Microsoft-Microsoft-plan-plan-chooser. So I click on enter. So this page comes up, right? Basically, it's just asking, just if you are confused after everything I've said and you still do not know the right plan to choose for your business, right? All you need to do is let me come back. So this is the beginning. So you answer a couple of questions, right? How many employees are in your company? Let me say I have 300 plus. No. Let me say 2 to 24. No, I'll use 300 because I'm aspiring to have a very large company. So yeah. So next. Excuse me. So I click on next. Sorry. Let me go back to this again. I don't know why this is changing. I select this, I go to next. Nope, you should ask me for this. Sorry for that. I think I had it open somewhere. That's why it's kind of just, let me do something. Let's come here. New private. Let's try it again. Okay, yeah. So this is what I think I had it opened on that same browser. That's why. So this is the first thing you see. Find the right plan for your business. Tell us a few things about your business. In just 6 short questions, we can recommend the best plan for your need. So I click on start. So I want this, a business I will have, or I will definitely have 300 plus employees, and then I click on next. And so okay. I think I know the reason why I'm choosing 300. So it's just taking me directly. So let me choose this 2 to 24. I think I know the reason why now. I click on next. So it asks me if or where I want to get my work done, myself and my employees. So talking about me, so it's talking to you too. I would say office, at home, hybrid, in an office space, anywhere on the go. We want to use it on both phones and tablet, and then want to be able to access it offline. And then I click on next. And then next question is, which of the following collaboration tools does your company need? I need a professional email. I need tools to store and access my files and also share them. I also need tools to be able to chat, meet. So let's assume I have my professional email, maybe with Zoho or someone else. Let's take this out. But no, I want to move everything to Microsoft. I want everything to be in the same place with calendaring. So I click on next. So do you manage sensitive data? Yes. Everything about your organization, about your company is sensitive. Yes, about your employees, everything about your company basically is sensitive. So yes, click on next. And then for security reasons, do you need the ability to remotely wipe employee devices when device is lost, stolen, or when an employee leaves the company? Yes, I want that. I want that in case maybe one of the employee is robbed or this our device is stolen. I want to be able to wipe that device and get rid of every sensitive data on that device. So I click on next. And then am I concerned about cyber threats? Yes, everybody should be concerned about cyber threats. Everybody should be. I saw a movie recently, $1 billion heist, and you know that everybody should be concerned. Social engineering, phishing, spear phishing attacks. You would see all this in Microsoft 365 as time goes on, either with me or someone else, when you talk about the security features of Microsoft 365. So yes, I should be concerned. And then I click on next. So providing answers to all those questions, Microsoft recommends the best plan for me. The recommended one is the Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So it might be too expensive for me. So Microsoft is also suggesting I use the business standard. However, if I want to actually have everything I've said, I've answered in those questions, Microsoft is recommending that I get this. So this is just a plan chooser for you and your organization. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And I don't know. I can't present my screen anymore. I don't know why, but yeah, thank you everybody. I'm really grateful for listening to me. Thank you to the organizers for having me here. Thank you, Suraj, my friend. Thank you. So it's nice speaking to you guys. Cheers.
So, thank you, Joshua, for session as well. We really enjoyed having you with us, and it was a long session, I would say. I think you are kind of lost in your voice, I would say. It's like it's been going too long, right? So yeah, I hope everybody who joined us was able to understand everything Joshua was saying, and also the presentation will be shared in the community. So be sure to be in the community, or also the will be shared to the email where you will get it to those who have registered for the session. If you haven't, you might want to join the community to make sure that you will get the details of presentation, and also the recording will be updated in the community. So yeah, again, thank you to Joshua, and thank you all for joining with us. And there is a certificate of participation, and which you can fill out the form that I had just shared, and it should directly work after you fill out. That's it. That's it for the today, and I hope the time that you spend was valuable to you.
Sorry,
It was. Uh-huh.
sorry. Let me quickly say this, right? Guys, please check out the YouTube channel and then join the WhatsApp platforms. I am not the only one speaking, right? You have a lot of great speakers on different technologies. So you would see a lot of videos on their on the channel basically. So not just this, you might pick interest in other technologies. So please do well to check out the channel and then join the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua, for that. Yeah, as Joshua said, there is a lot of other videos that we have so far done. You can watch it if anything interests you. Okay, that's it. That's it for the Saturday, and we'll be having more sessions in the community, and we'll update it in the community itself. And I shared both the community link, certificate link, and our YouTube channel link. It's right there in chat box. Just in case if you're not having access, you have to join through the QR code that I shared in the previous when we get started. In case if there is anybody yet to be receiving, please to leave a message on team itself so I can respond to you with the link to that. So that's it. And again, thanks to Joshua, and thank you all for joining today, and have a great rest of the day. With that, we are ending today's session. Thank you.